I don't know if anyone who watches this ever really gives thought to how much patience and what we go through sometimes just to make an episode happen.
No, they probably don't. Or that we do it for free.
Oh my God. And it's absolutely amazing how we are at the mercy of Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
90% of the time.
Right.
Oh my God. So we're going to make this quick. We're going to go through this really fast. We're going to see how fast we can talk because the Wi-Fi has been on the brink as we try to deliver episode 234 for you. And before we get going, and Tess got to meet one of the men of Honest AC and Plumbing, that being the David Bowers. And we'll show you a pic here in a little bit. But thanks to these guys, we are allowed to make this happen on quite frequently. And they did want to emphasize that plumbing is an area they're trying to grow. So give these guys a call at Honest. Plumbing is something, especially if you're a homeowner. There's a lot of things that go on with all those pipes that go out to your front yard that you may need service because you never want an expensive repair, because who has that written in your budget for plumbing repairs in your home? So Tes and I, we got to go to the Moody Center. We've both been to a few games this year. The Red River rivalry went to overtime, Tess, and this is how it all went down. Of course, this shot right here by the Jabari Rice, and then we'll hear from our guy who we got to meet finally after said Red River rivalry.
Today was March basketball. You're going to be in games like this all year, whether in postseason play. You know, to where you've got to maybe not have your best day today, but you got to find a way to get it done in those 40 minutes. And I thought this group again, they've been very resilient all year long.
I mean, the Big 12, and I want to pull up a graphic that really shows how I've never seen any conference with these type of power ratings. So Texas, uncharacteristically, they rarely had many opportunities at second chance balls. And OU had some breaks, but to send that to overtime, first off, are you losing any faith after seeing what happened, even though it was a overtime, very close win for Texas?
I think that was a little too close.
Yes.
Somebody who's going to be in the tourney. You know what I mean? That stuff's just not going to hold up. And we were at home.
Yeah, I agree.
So, little too close to call. I'd like to not see that. And they're the lowest in Big 12? Okay, even worse. Number 63. There you go.
And so to put this in perspective, net rankings pretty much it took over for the old RPI. Every member of this conference, so 68 teams go to the tournament. There's 34, I think, automatic bids. So to put this in perspective, every team in the Big 12 is top 63 out of 311 Division I programs, according to this. So when you see that, you know the strength of the Big 12. So if Oklahoma, let's just say Oklahoma or Tech gets on a roll here pretty soon, wins 4 or 5 games, there's a good chance they get one of those at-large bids, so to speak.
It could happen.
It could easily happen, and it's just amazing. So it's just when they do make March Madness, whenever it does happen, these teams in the Big 12 faced NCAA tournament caliber games twice a week. That's what everyone needs to think about.
I know. I think it's going to be a really interesting year for the Big 12 in the tournament.
Well, let's hope. And then for Kansas and Texas, so 4 games remaining. Texas and Kansas are tied atop the Big 12. Essentially, Texas is probably going to go 3-1 down that stretch, 2-2 or 3-1. They could sweep them,
right?
But whoever wins the Big 12 regular season needs not to worry about the Big 12 postseason tournament, Kansas City, because I think you win the regular season, you're going to get a top 4 seed in the NCAA tournament.
Yes. Totally agree with that.
So you got to see the Rodney Terry. And so post-game celebration at an undisclosed location, it's become a tradition. And this is what I kind of alluded to that Tes and I got, and along with David in the back from Honest. So you know what they went through with the whole Chris Beard debacle, who was found not guilty by the district attorney of any of those charges or accounts. After meeting Coach Terry, what changed as far as your perspective of who he is as a coach and a man?
Totally approachable, completely nice, friendly, just like a good old humble guy. Didn't feel any pretension or anything. Thought he was just one of the nicest guys. So I was super excited to meet him, if it was only for just a few minutes. But
yeah, I think he treated everyone in the room the same, and it's just who he is to a T. The pride of Angleton, Texas, Rodney Terry, and I think what I'll say about him is the simple fact that he is a guy that he emphasizes faith, and he emphasized, listen, just be your best today. And that's what he asked of those players. But I think what he's done with this team through that debacle, I think a lot of teams may have folded, may have just scattered. Not under Rodney Terry. Seamless transition there. And I'm glad that we all got a chance to chat it up with him a little bit. So since it's been a while, Tess, since we've had an episode, Super Bowl, how do you wrap that up? Commercials, game, post-game, everything you saw.
It's one of the better Super Bowl games I've seen in quite some time. Yeah. I feel like so many times the conference games, the AFC, NFC championship are more exciting than the actual Super Bowl.
That's right.
This year, I thought it was a good game. I did think it was going to be evenly matched. And so, I thought it was really good. I actually thought the Eagles were going to pull it off.
I did too.
But, the Chiefs came back and they did it. And, we had some memorable moments like the doink off the uprights. So a lot of people won a lot of money in Vegas because of that. And I liked Rihanna's halftime show. I thought it was really good. And overall, I thought it was a positive Super Bowl. I wouldn't give it an A+. I'd probably give it like I don't know, maybe a B+.
B+?
A.
Yeah. I'll go A-, and I got to give it a we're in the same area. We're in the same time zone there. Got to give it up. How it all started. Chris Stapleton, the national anthem.
Isn't that nice?
Moving.
Very, very. It was absolutely beautiful. A lot of people talked about that as well. So his rendition was just gorgeous. So a lot of good music. So like, is this a concert or a football game?
Concert, football, what are we talking about?
But the game was fun too.
Yeah, it was. And Jalen Hurts, I hope to see him back in the Super Bowl, but not at the expense of the Dallas Cowboys. That's all I ask.
That's right.
And a little shameless plug or being biased over here. So since you and I last talked on here, somebody got a new haircut.
You look brand new, cuz. Oh, man.
Quinn, what'd he do?
What did he do? Where'd the mullet go? The mullet's no longer.
No way. What is everybody going to do with their Quinn outfit?
I know. What do you do with that long locks hanging out of the back? Quite honestly.
What was the role David Spade played?
Oh my God, help me out here.
He's like a country guy.
I know it wasn't a skit, it was a movie, correct?
Yes.
So I'm thinking Saturday Night Live.
Ever. No, it's not. It's like something. Oh, now this is going to drive me. David Spade. Movies. It's like dirty.
Joe
Dirty
Dirt.
Joe Dirt. It's Joe
Dirt. Now we're cooking.
So you could keep your Quinn wig and dress up like Joe Dirt for Halloween.
Yeah. That's a good reference. That's a 90s movie, correct?
Yeah. I would definitely say it's 90s.
Because we're 80s and 90s kids, and some people won't get it. But I know what you're talking about. And that's all that matters.
I was a full-grown adult when that movie came out, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. I was too, I think. Probably acted like a child, but you know, men, we don't grow up till we're 40.
So they say.
So So I'm 9 years old for the most part. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday. So I think maybe this is turning over a new leaf. Quinn, you could hear him say it, man. He got tired of it, But I think he may, as we go in, turn over a new leaf of era of his football career. Leadership, wanted a new look, new start. That's just a guess, an opinion, not a fact.
All right.
So speaking of hair, well, we'll get to that shortly because it's tied to the Longhorns. Baseball team, UT, up in Arlington against a field always at that class, either in Houston, the one in Houston or the one in Arlington. They always have a field. It's a classic, so you get 3 games out of it. It's not double elimination, but you're always facing some of the nation's elite college baseball programs. And Texas goes 0-3, and I have to remind Texas fans, if you follow UT baseball, that same classic tournament they went 0-3 in, they ended up in Omaha that same season 2 years ago. But Tess, knowing that Texas has a ton of new faces, a lot, and some new coaches too under David Pierce, do you think this is something to worry about as a baseball fan, or should you? I'll give you my opinion, but what's your take on this? Knowing
No. I think this is just a little bit of a building. So, and it's very early.
Yeah.
It's very early, and in baseball we've always kind of been very dominant, and I also think it's okay if we need a little bit of a building time, and everybody needs to cool their jets a little bit. It's not like it's not like football season where you're kind of this is baseball. There's a lot of games. There's a lot of things can happen. There's a lot of growing to be done. So everybody just, chillax. Let's see what happens. Pump the brakes, and but I'm okay with a building year in the baseball program.
Yeah.
Pretty much every year is a building year in the football program. So why can't we have
it has been for over a decade
in the baseball program? Come on.
I'll say this. I think we won't know anything about this team. They will not have their identity until late April.
Right.
Late April. Because other than the starter in the rotation, pitching, that's all we know. Dylan Campbell is now who you've met his father, and we know Dylan, DC. Great ball player. He's thrust into a leadership role, which is new to him. And a lot of these new faces, the infield, a lot of them are new, outfield. There was a lot of errors this team made in these 3 games. However, they lost to Arkansas. Their first 2 games by 1 run. I'm not going to say the other team squared up and punished the ball. They did at times, but I think there's some things to pay attention to, but there's also some things, as you said, that I think get corrected. And to the point, and I never use this as an excuse, Texas, that's a grass field Texas played on up there in Arlington. They play on turf here in Austin.
Okay.
So that adds to it when young players are trying to acclimate to this level of baseball. At some point, they'll get used to it. But I think I don't know how this season's going to end. But there's a reason why they're unranked right now because of how many new faces.
That's right.
That's it. So one of the guys who was a part of Texas baseball and was a legacy, Doug Hodo III. See, his dad, back when you and I were growing up, was a part of those ridiculously built teams in the 80s, and he was part of the 83 National Championship. Doug Hodo III, he's in minor league, starting his first full season in the pros in the minor league for the Baltimore Orioles. He was on this previous episode, and man, we had a lot of fun. And this is a little snippet from that episode 233.
I guess Coach Gus, after games, he would have his little press conference, and you could call in through a phone. And my dad, I guess, I don't know if he's in the locker room or back home after the games, but he would call in and be like, "Hey, that Hodo kid, he can play, man," in a different voice. And I guess after a couple times, Coach Gus caught on to it, and come on, Hodo, get off the phone. Like, I think that kind of banter was what made that team good, and just having fun with it. Also, going out there and dominating.
Yeah, that's funny. Did not know that story.
I didn't either.
Oh my God.
Well, now
that was hilarious, man. Good luck to Dougie Fresh the third. Oh my God. Tes, man, we're just whipping through this. How about we take a quick break and we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about tampons on the other side of this break. For all of your insurance needs, look no further than our primary sponsor, Jim Saxton State Farm Insurance Agency. The ATX OG has been insuring Austin for over 3 decades. And get this, Jim Saxton is a Longhorn legacy. He is the son of the late, great Jane Saxton, who was a Heisman finalist. Be sure to give him a call, or better yet, visit his website, saxtoninsurance.com, and tell him that the stories inside the Man Cave Boys recommended.
I'm sure y'all have seen the whole Tiger Woods and Justin Thomas thing by now at the Genesis. And as a girl, I think this is absolutely hilarious. I take zero offense to this. I love how Tiger and Justin, they're actually going out there having fun, nothing super tense, and they're just buddies. They're just having a good inside joke here. No one asked for my opinion, but there it is.
Great take. I don't know, Tess. Listen, I'm not trying to walk a fine line with this, but there was a lot of criticism and some female beat writers of golf and those who are, I want to say, highly respected journalists and others representing other groups were really beat Tiger to death over this, saying how insensitive it is or was. And that he should be ashamed. He's a father of a daughter too. And I mean, what's your take on it as a woman who, let's face it, you're all about, representing power and strength for women. Is this degrading to a woman?
The only thing that's degrading is that Tiger used the cheap cardboard tampons and that he can definitely afford the upscale plastic applicator.
The applicator is where it's at.
That would be my only thing, is I'm like, where did you get that old 1980s box of tampons? Horrible. No, I think it's funny as hell. And I think anybody that gets their quote unquote, hate to use this pun, panties in a wad, needs to just relax. It's a joke.
Joke.
Who cares? It's funny. I mean, it's a joke. But again, the next time Tiger pulls the old tampon joke on the golf course, he needs to get into the more luxury tampon selection. Yeah. Plastic applicator, go for the pearl.
The pearl.
That's what it's called.
Get Tes an NIL deal with the pearl. I don't have a problem with this. I mean, I know we're in a different age.
Funny. It's funny. It's just sport, and they're friends. And I'm sure I would be shocked if Justin didn't have a laugh about it as well.
Oh, he did. He laughed a lot.
Yeah. I'm sure he thought it was funny as hell. You know, like, it's great. That's what it's about. The camaraderie, the competition.
We're in a very woke time frame. I get it. You got to be careful, but that's not one. That's not it.
Yeah.
That is not
I thought it was funny.
It was hilarious. So Valentine's Day has come and gone. We have, and I don't know what just happened. Sorry about that. We got
Singles Awareness Day.
It's one of my least favorite holidays, and I thought this was fitting. A nice Valentine's Day card that should have been distributed to men. Should have given their women better halves in their lives, especially if you're here in Texas. There you go. You know, we can't keep power. Just come on down.
That's right. Going down on you tonight. Call me the Texas Power Grid. So I'm going down on you tonight. I actually sent this to several people because I thought it was flipping great.
It's freaking amazing.
It's hilarious. And you know what? It's like it is a tragic situation that we have got ourselves in.
Yes.
Obviously still a lot of work to do, but when everybody's safe and in a good place, you have to laugh about it.
All the time. Constantly. Laughter is the best medicine.
So I thought it was funny that somebody poked fun at this.
I loved it. I loved it, Tess.
I thought it was great too.
I loved it. ERCOT should have given everybody one of these.
That's right.
Sent out to every customer.
The official pink slip.
Oh my God. The official pink. I got you. I got you on that. So if we think things like that, like Tiger giving a tampon is bad or too much government, how about what's going on in New York City? Saying dogs cannot be on the subway unless you put them in a bag. Love this.
Now, that ginormous IKEA bag finally serves a purpose.
That's a great point. That's hilarious.
Because, I mean, you take it to IKEA, what do? You put like a frying pan and some hangers in there. Like, you're not going to fill up that bag.
No, not at all.
Now you get to take it home and put your adorable basset hound in it so you can ride with him on the subway.
Oh, yeah. I think it's great. And that is a healthy basset hound who hasn't mixed and he may like it.
He's like, I don't care as long as I'm with my dad on the subway in a bag.
It's like one big diaper. You don't have to clean up.
I just love the owner was like, okay, put my dog in a bag. This is not a problem.
Not a problem. None at all. We'll just put them in this IKEA bag. And there were some other great bag photos that go with that. Now, you and I, we have a lot of fun with TikTok. I thought this one was, unfortunately, it's not X-rated or risque. This is a young boy. Funny as hell. Young boy they were celebrating the 100th day of school and dressed up as a 100-year-old man. Obviously, he's been around his 100-year-old, how can I say this? Maybe he's gotten the idea from a relative who is 100 years old. This was well played, and I love the beard and mustache and the gray hair as well.
Oh, my leg. Oh, my neck.
Come pop out your backpack.
Called him Paw and everything.
He forgot his school bag.
How could he do that?
He's already acting like his grandpa, forgetting shit and all kinds of crap.
Oh, yeah, he's doing that all the time. That was funny. Of course, we may have those moments at our age.
That's right. Yeah. I am not judging.
Slipping a disc more often than I want to admit. For just pulling a hamstring when I wake up. Get out of bed. You know what I found is a good remedy to all that? Get a lacrosse ball, put it under your back, and roll your back across it. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, or a tennis ball too.
That's much softer, much easier.
Yes, but both of those are like something most people have around their house and can really get in some places along your spine and your lower back and calves, IT band.
Ooh, IT band. That is a
talk about pain. Talk about pain. But you take that tennis ball and roll that up and down.
Because that IT band can affect the nerve down to your legs.
Ooh, yeah, it can be bad. Tennis ball or a ball just in general, like you said, that you might have around your house.
Baseball.
Is baseball.
Basketball may be too much.
Basketball would be too big. Volleyball would be large. A football would just be awkward.
Yeah, the laces out.
Yeah. Make sure you have laces out. You can have your own little massage station in your house.
You don't even realize it. I mean, I looked over here because I got a bag of balls over here. Over here. Yeah.
Behind your shoulder.
Behind.
You mean with all your kitties are back there with your bag of balls?
The 2 felines. Surprisingly, they don't hang out with the bag of balls.
Which is weird. You think they'd have an affinity for that.
They would. I really don't understand. Man, you know what the best thing to do? I never know what you're going to say, but it's usually pretty inspiring. But let's go.
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Sawyer, arguably, I got to admit this. So this time of February is kind of exciting for us because we live in one of the greatest cities in the world, despite the horrible leadership locally, the ineptitude collectively. There are a few good ones. We still live in one of the greatest places. And so arguably, I like to proclaim that March and April are the best time frame to live in Austin, Texas. Music festivals, South by Southwest, smiling faces, sunshine, comfortable mornings. That's my something good. Tell me something good from the world, from the perspective of the Tes Sawyer.
I love it. Okay, I may be going a little too TMI, a little too personal for the audience, but
that's okay. Never stopped us before.
So what's good is that this week I have finally earned the honor of getting a colonoscopy. And the reason why that's good is, well, you know what? I've lived long enough to have one.
That's the
so I take it as it's an honor.
It is.
Mainly it's the doctor's honor. No, I'm just kidding. So it's like, I've obviously graduated into this other stage of my life, and I'm going to live it out the best I can and take care of myself. And one of the things about taking care of yourself is making sure you see your doctor regularly and do any sort of prevention for ladies, a mammogram for men, obviously prostate checks, colonoscopies. We all got to do this stuff so we can all stick around on this planet as long as we can. And so anyway, that made me feel good because I was like, this is a landmark occasion. So I look forward to also just starving myself for an entire day because I probably need to get rid of a lot of shit. Literally. So anyway, I think it's good because, not everybody gets to see this time, and I feel lucky. Thank you, Lord. So
hey, well, you're blessed. We're grateful that you're having a colonoscopy. I had one about 12 years ago. Being proactive. It's time for another one. I'm going to tell you, it's I don't know what your doctor will use for anesthesia. It's mild anesthesia.
I think it's propofol is the general, which they call it milk of amnesia is the joke us healthcare people call it, because it looks like white milk. It's not a clear liquid. And so when they hang the bag, it looks like white, liquid. But it's supposed to obviously put you to sleep, sedate you, and erase any sort of memory that you could develop about the experience.
Oh, good.
I can't remember any of this experience, thank goodness. So, so it'll be fun. I'll go to sleep and I'll wake up and it'll be over, and then I'll come out here and I'll tell you about how it was.
I wish I could be there when you wake up from this, because that's the funniest part. And I hope whoever's there is rolling.
It's my mother.
Oh, Mama Lori, she may have some blackmail material.
Oh yeah. Well, she'll just talk to me like, you need to. No, we're getting in the car. Nope.
I'm gonna tell you one thing to share. I had mine done in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
And oh my God, they won't let you go till that big bubble of air gas passes, and it's obnoxious.
Oh,
it sounds like a growling bear coming out of hibernation.
Oh, I can't wait. So it's an opportunity for me to be extremely sexy.
Not very much so. Oh my God. You fit right into the locker room.
I'll make sure my Prince Charming is sitting right at the end of the hospital bed.
Hey, don't do as I did and go out in your reverse robe with nothing on but your socks, and go out to the nurse's station and try to make friends.
That sounds like you.
That happened, and I don't recall it very well. I don't. Sorry, it's been fun. I hope your colon is cleansed. I hope your colon is happy and healthy, and you get through this, and we can we can share them on.
We'll bring some footage for the next episode.
We'll get to go in the bowels of Tes Sawyer next episode.
Tes Sawyer's asshole. No.
Nice anus. Well, we don't. Yeah. We're going deep. What an Ice Cube. So deep. Put her ass to sleep.
That is not the way the doctor's going to do it to me.
Who said do what?
Put me to sleep.
Oh,
not with his penis.
That is outstanding.
Illegal.
That's outstanding. For all the gastroenterologists, for Tessa's gastroenterologists, and the OG Man Cave boys, that being Big Mac, Coach Mo, and Hardball Harge, and to the pride of Shreveport, that being Big Stevie Lee and the Man Cave family. What do we say, Tess?
We're out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.